What's up everybody, and welcome back to Frankie's Aquatics. As you probably noticed, there was no fancy intro, there were no fancy outro. It's just an update. It's quite important. So some of you that have been around for a moment might have seen my previous videos where I discuss my health in regards to my eyesight. So to cut a long story short, around a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, I started having troubles with my vision. Started off with my left eye. I started seeing eye floaters. Happened right before Christmas, so I decided to ignore it. I didn't want to spoil Christmas for my kids, I didn't want to spoil Christmas for my family, and most of all I didn't want to spend Christmas away from my family in hospital, because I kind of knew it was serious, but I chose to bury my head and I chose to ignore it. Just after Christmas and the new year came around, I decided to bite the bullet. I went to the opticians knowing full well it wasn't going to be a quick fix with a pair of glasses. The opticians acted quite shocked and surprised and instantly told me to go to hospital. Went to hospital the following day and I was told I had a severely detached retina, which basically means the lining of your eye falls away from the eyeball itself, in the short version of it anyway. Unfortunately, because I chose to ignore it, it got progressively worse, and it got to the point where there was going to be very little chance of me saving any vision in my left eye. I knew the situation, I knew my chances were slim, but I had the surgery, and unfortunately my sight never really returned. I had a little bit of sight momentarily, where people were very disorientating. People had really small heads but big bodies, or big bodies and really small heads. It was really off-putting and really threw me off track, to be honest. I kind of learned to adapt with that. I kind of learned to get about with one eye. Wasn't easy. It lets a little bit of colour in now. It lets a little bit of shapes. If someone stands right there, I can probably just work out the silhouette of a person or whatever. I can't see any kind of facial expressions or anything of the sort. And I just kind of learned to adapt to it. I also now have a cataract in the bad eye, which I am on a waiting list to have it removed to see if it will kind of help in any way, shape or form. The doctors have already told me that it's very slim that it will, but they're going to do it anyway for the health of my eye. Now unfortunately, the morning after the collaboration video with Gracie Lacey, I noticed a tiny little squiggle forming in my right eye. I chose to ignore it momentarily. I thought nothing of it. It wasn't like this one. It was a completely different sort of eye floater. So I chose I'd keep an eye on it, for a term of words. I chose to keep an eye on it that day, and throughout the day it did get progressively worse, to the point where I spoke to my wife about it and just gave her the heads up with what I was going on with and what was happening. And we made a deal that we'd sleep on it and see how things were in the morning. Maybe I had a really busy week that week, really busy with everything. Everything was so busy. Maybe my blood pressure was off. Maybe I was just run down. Maybe I was tired. Maybe I was stressing about the up and coming surgery I had. I decided to sit tight and see how it was in the morning. Finally got some sleep. The morning came, and unfortunately my eyesight got progressively worse. I decided to go to the hospital. I rang my eye doctor up, who instantly said, right, under your circumstances with how your other eye went, let's get you straight in, just in case it's anything. It's probably nothing. You had a checkup on the 1st of the month. It's probably nothing, but just for a precaution, let's come in and let's investigate. So yesterday, I spent the day in the hospital, going through numerous different eye tests, medicals, blood tests, and everything in between. Unfortunately, my right eye, my good eye, is now showing similar signs to my left eye. My retina is also detaching from my right eye, which is petrifying to say the least, because when I had this happen, they said they were confident in obviously hoping to regain some sight, and they're telling me the same scenario again, but it just feels like a little bit like a deja vu. I'm really scared, because the truth be told, when I have this operated on later on today, I'm going to see nothing. I can't see nothing. I don't know how I'm going to deal with that. I'm struggling. This isn't a pity party video. This isn't the get your violins out and pray to the high heavens. It's just me reaching out and just saying that unfortunately I'm going to have to take a small hiatus from my YouTube channel. And from everything for that matter. If you follow me on Instagram, if you follow me on YouTube and all the rest of it, there's going to be a small hiatus completely out of my control. But as of in an hour's time, I'll be in the operating theatre having my right eye, my good eye, operated on the hope, on the absolute hope that some vision can be saved. This video is probably going to go out a little bit later rather than now, because I have to think of my kids, who are my #1 fans when it comes to my YouTube channel. So this is hard for me to say, and it's hard for me to do, but it's something I feel I need to do. Some of you might have seen my earlier video, Are You Okay? That was a big cry out for help when my health very first failed me. I want you all to know I'm in a much stronger place right now. The thought of losing my sight completely is absolutely petrifying. It'll change my life dramatically. But I've got to just kind of ride the wave right now. I've got to hope that someone up there has my back. And I just wanted to put it out here and just say a few words for me to whoever you speak to, and just hope that I can come back with some sort of vision that won't change my life forever. I'm sorry it's not a positive video, I'm sorry it's on a soggy note, but I just wanted to quickly record a short video just to fill you guys in. Thank you all for subscribing, thank you all for your absolute kind words on my Instagram over the past couple of days. It's been overwhelming, it really has, and I'm sorry for crying. Not my intention. To Ella, who I know will watch this, don't worry about your dad. I will be fine, I promise. I just need you to all stay strong, okay? Let's do this. I love you all, and I'll see you very soon.